number 2, Reese Williams. Midfielder number 6, Brad Dunwell. Midfielder number 21, Maxi Rodriguez. Midfielder number 20, Declan Wynn. Midfielder number 11, Connor Russ. Midfielder number 9, Francis Atua Akina. Forward number 27, Yazid Matthews. Detroit is led by head coach Trevor James. And now the starting lineup for Birmingham Legion FC. Goalkeeper number 1, Matt Van Okel. Defender number 3, your captain, Fonwell Kavita. Defender number 13, Jake Ruth. Defender number 21, Alex Cronali. Defender number 24, Johnny Dean. Midfielder number 6, Anderson Aseanu. Midfielder number 8, Bruno Lapa. Midfielder number 19, Enzo Martinez. Forward number 7, Ryan James. Forward number 10, Prosper Kasim. And forward number 11, Marlon Santos. Birmingham Legion is led by head coach Tommy Zone.
So far this month, the wins just keep on coming for Birmingham Legion FC. But tonight, Detroit City drops by looking for their second win against the Black and Gold this year. It's Legion against Le Rouge on this Wednesday night in the USL Championship. Hello from Birmingham, Alabama in Protective Stadium. Our site for tonight's contest featuring Detroit City FC coming down south to take on Birmingham Legion FC. Welcome into our broadcast booth, everybody, alongside the coach, Mike Getman. I'm Blake Gardner, glad to have you with us tonight. And Mike, tonight should be fun. Both these teams look destined for the playoffs. What can we expect?
Yeah, you know, they say soccer is a game of mistakes, but Detroit City doesn't make any. You're going to have to beat them if you want to win the game. That's what has them headed towards the playoffs. For Birmingham Legion, they've just been so hot all month long. They have to feel like they can break down any team in the league.
Well, they've won 4 in a row, trying to make it 5 tonight, but Detroit City going to be a tough out. And as we look at our impact players, let's start with Detroit and the guy that's been the engine of their offense so far this year. That's been Antoine Openo.
Well, Antoine Openo has been a special player all season long. 5 goals, 5 assists. The attack really runs through him.
The Frenchman has created almost 50 chances so far this year. Openo certainly a guy that can make an impact on this match one way or another. Meanwhile, for the Legion, Marlon Santos, Mike, has been terrorizing opposing defenses.
Marlon Santos has been really fun to watch the last few weeks. In the last game in particular against San Diego, he was unstoppable. He was a one-man wrecking crew.
He created numerous chances. He scored 3 times this year. He's back in the starting 11 tonight, hoping to wreak more havoc against a very organized Detroit City back line. Well, we are just about ready for game time. Will Legion make it 5 wins in a row, or will Detroit City get the best of Birmingham yet again? It's the Magic City against the Motor City. Birmingham against Detroit. Starting lineups and kickoff next.
I need to try it first.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty!
Goal and Daniel Thompson!
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship here, live from Birmingham, Alabama on this Wednesday. Almost time for kickoff, but first let's get a look at each side's starting 11s. And Mike, let's start with Detroit City. A couple of changes up front for Trevor James.
A little bit of rotation as they get into their second game of the week. Look for Rutz, the number 11, to lead the attack, and Carroll, the center of the back, will be the anchor for this team.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Birmingham Legion FC head coach Tom Sohn, a couple of changes as well for the Legion.
Few changes, especially James coming on at the left wing, but Marlon Santos and Prosper Kasim have been so dangerous all year long.
There's our referee crew tonight led by Elvis Osmanovic. The Florida native gets his 10th USL Championship referee assignment this year. He saw Birmingham back in April against Loudoun. He saw Detroit back in March and one of their first contests in the USL against San Antonio. There's head coach Trevor James, now in his 4th season at the helm of Detroit City. GM and head coach since January of 2019. Has Detroit City FC in playoff positioning coming into the week. So does Birmingham Legion head coach Tom Stone, now in his 4th season at the helm of Birmingham. Birmingham 3 playoff appearances in their first 3 years in the league. Well on their way to making it 4 for 4 as they enter tonight on a 4-game winning streak. Thought we were going to get some rain tonight, but the rain has cleared out. Nothing but clear skies tonight at Protective Stadium. 75 degrees. Can you believe this? How about this for August?
Absolutely perfect night for football, no doubt about it. I think both teams are really happy with the weather.
Could have very easily been in the 90s and very humid. It's great weather for a visiting Detroit City club looking for a result tonight here in the Deep South. Birmingham Legion changing things up a bit here at home. Going with the change white up top with the black shorts. Meanwhile, Detroit City in their typical home kits. Le Rouge decked out in that dark red. As we are just about ready to go tonight, the second meeting of the year between Detroit City and Birmingham Legion FC. Detroit got the better of Birmingham when these two teams met on a very cold and rainy night at Keyworth back in April. A 1-0 victory. And Detroit City was off to a flying start in their inaugural 2022 USL Championship campaign. Since then, Birmingham's gotten hot, and they interplay hot tonight, trying to keep this winning streak going. Elvis Osmanovic is ready. Detroit's ready. Birmingham's ready. And from Protective Stadium, we are underway tonight with the opening minutes of this contest presented by Fleetio. A bit of skill from Marlon Santos giving up. Reese Williams keeps it in play for Detroit. Kavita ushers it out of play for the first goal kick of the night, and a chance for us to look at our injury report this evening. We'll start with the visitors from Detroit. Abdoulaye Diop out for the 2nd consecutive game. He was questionable officially, but did not make the trip down to Birmingham. Big loss. He had started 12 straight before missing that Oakland match last time out. He misses tonight as well. Meanwhile, Devinamu Mensah, that torn ACL, will miss the rest of this year. And Mackie Diop, former Birmingham Legion player, did not make the trip either. He is officially out, not in the squad for the 6th straight game. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion relatively healthy. Only Freddie Kleeman with that torn ACL is out tonight. Everybody else healthy, and that includes Jake Roof, Mike, who gets the start on this near side at fullback for Birmingham.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see him back on the field after his injury has kept him out for a while. He was in a really good place, starting 5 games in a row before his injury. Obviously, the coaching staff feels he's not just healthy, but fit again.
Free kick given away by the captain, Fanwell Kavita. Coming up and challenged with Yazid Matthews, who's back in the fold for Detroit City. A man known as Yazid has Le Rouge fans happy. He's back in the fold, the 26-year-old originally from South Africa. He's been a part of Detroit City FC one way or another since 2019. He wins Detroit City an early free kick. Where does Maxi Rodriguez serve this? Towards the penalty spot, it's headed high and over the bar by Matthews. It wouldn't have mattered anyway as the flag was up against him.
Good disciplined defending from Legion FC, but certainly free kicks, corner kicks are something we know this Detroit City team is very good at.
Again, the delivery good from Rodriguez, but offside position was Matthews. Detroit City's press has helped them win it back in short order. Here's Reese Williams. Williams brought down edge of the penalty area. Referee says no. Nervy moments there as Anderson Asiadu went into the back of Williams.
Anderson Asiadu very lucky on that play. Very easily could have been called, no question. There was some contact. The referee just decided it wasn't really enough to bring the man down.
Johnny Dean steps in. Olapa his first touches, but he gives it up. So far, so good for this Detroit City pressure. Kavita corner by Rutt, forced to concede a Detroit throw.
Saturday's game against San Diego, Coach Landon Donovan talked about stepping and pressing against this Legion team, but they really didn't have much success with it, didn't turn them over very often. Detroit City has come here midweek and so far has been able to do it 3 or 4 times in a row.
Free kick given away this time by Marlon Santos as Williams is brought down again. So far, some good moments from the 27-year-old Reese Williams. Detroit's going to be set to take that free kick again. Enzo Martinez with a bit of a stern warning from our referee tonight for his early chirping. Just a few minutes in tonight. 4 minutes to be exact at Protective Stadium. Good start on the road for Detroit City, creating a bit of early danger as Matt Van Oekel makes his first catch of the night. Mike, let's get a look at our keys to the game right here. Let's start with Detroit. What do they need to do to come away with a road result?
Well, first and most important for Detroit is finish. They don't create a lot of chances. They average only 3 shots on goal per match, so they're going to have to finish the chances that they do create. And then set pieces. They're a big team that's very good in the air and very good on set pieces. If they're going to score, I won't be surprised if it comes from a corner kick or free kick. For Legion, they've got to win the battle in the air because they know they're up against a big, powerful team, and they just need to make sure that they're not fouling, not giving easy chances away to this Detroit City team.
It's the Birmingham team that doesn't really give away many free chances. In fact, they come into the night having not conceded in over 300 minutes. 3 consecutive shutouts. So Siadou gives it up. Brad Dunwell all the way back to Michael Bryant. It's Bryant, Carroll, and Lewis once again, the back 3 for Detroit City. Here is Lewis. Pass from Matthews didn't find its intended target. A throw for Ryan James in Birmingham. Ryan James in a bit of an elevated role tonight. Roof playing fullback. It's James who's really more of an attacking winger this evening for Legion FC. As Marlon Santos tried to turn, he was brought down. Free kick given.
Last season, Ryan James was an automatic starter at the left back. As we take a look at this replay, good quick turn from Marlon Santos and just gets a little bump from behind. But Ryan James played a lot of minutes at left back, but he loves to get forward from that position, and I think the Legion coaches just felt they can slide him up, put him in a little more attacking role, allows Jake Roof, who's a big, powerful guy, very good in the air, to slide in behind him.
Lapa to serve in the free kick. Santos just over the bar. Not a bad look on that Birmingham Freightliner free kick as Marlon Santos didn't miss the frame by much.
Quick service, great run from Marlon Santos. Legion showing that they can be dangerous on set pieces as well.
Marlon Santos, not a big guy. That was an aerial target there, at least for the moment. Lapa wins the duel with Rodriguez. Siadou in a tight space. Here's Ryan James. James thought he might have been fouled. Referee let everything go. And now it's played on through. Atuahene on the run against Alex Crognale, who makes an excellent defensive effort.
Fantastic defensive work. He was beat by a yard, but the bigger man, Alex Crognale, showing his pace and getting goal side before making the sliding tackle.
It wouldn't have mattered in the end as the flag was up against Francis Atuahene. But still, that is well done from the big fella, Alex Crognale. Francis Atuahene, the man that scored the late equalizer on the weekend for Detroit City, allowed them to split points with Oakland Roots out of Keyworth. Rewarded with the start tonight as Marlon Santos is often going the other direction. Service finds the waiting breadbasket of Nate Steinwasser. Mike, you can't say enough nice things about what Nate Steinwasser has meant to Detroit City this year. He's been arguably the best, at the very least one of the best goalkeepers in the league this season.
No question, he's been a huge part of their success. You've got to be solid in the goal if you're going to have a chance to make the playoffs, and he's been well more than solid.
Seam couldn't keep that in play. A throw for Detroit City. Whether you're looking at goals added or XG versus goals allowed, Steinwasser leads the USL Championship in both categories coming into the night, as once again the flag is going to be up against Atuahene. Birmingham not able to find the score sheet their first time out against Steinwasser, despite generating north of 2.5 goals worth of XG. Steinwasser held firm. Detroit City took all 3 points from Birmingham in that matchup in April. We'll see what tonight's contest has in store. 9 minutes in here at Protective Stadium. Sides looking for an opening salvo as Bruno Lapa was not able to keep that in play.
Some quick footwork by him on the touchline, but just not able to keep the ball on the right side of the field.
Declan Wynn, New Zealander, puts it back in play for Detroit. Asiadu. Ryan James with a bit of space. Good intervention. Going to ground, Reese Williams takes it right off the foot of Ryan James, who had targets to pick out.
Important tackle. We've seen a few pretty good hard tackles in a row here from both sides. Detroit City likes to use their physicality to knock teams off their game. So far, Legion look like they're trying to match that physicality.
Santos kept it in play, but only found a red shirt. Here's Maxi Rodriguez. Matthews taken off it by Asiadu. Once again, it's Williams who goes to ground to win it back for Detroit. Reese Williams has had a busy opening 10 minutes. '18th start of the year for Williams, who plied his trade last season in Nisa with Stumptown. Before that, spent time in USL League One with Lansing and Tormenta, so a guy who's worked his way up the pyramid. That was almost a bad giveaway at the back, and now a foul conceded by Marlon Santos. He caught a big chunk of Stephen Carroll. We'll see if this is our first booking of the night. I think just going to be a stern warning for the Portuguese Marlon Santos.
He definitely tried to pull out. You can see he pulled both legs back so as not to get his full force into Carroll, but very late from behind.
Atuahene brings it down. Service cut out by Roof. Ryan James looking over the top for Enzo Martinez. Good work by Bryant, composed under pressure. But his pass just a bit too heavy for Declan Wynn.
Both teams so far having a little bit of trouble getting into a rhythm and keeping possession. Detroit are used to not having too much possession. It's not what their offense is built around. But for Legion, usually they've established pretty good rhythm, pretty good control of the match by this point.
Certainly been the case in Birmingham's last few home games. A couple of 6-goal drubbings against Loudoun and Atlanta United too, but a very impressive win last time out. 1-0 winners over San Diego Loyal, who occupy the number 2 spot out west at the moment. Ball over the top, headed down center of the park, but Anderson Asiadu is the only person there. Dean finds the chest of Enzo Martinez. Prosper Kassim joins the attack. Dean switch cut out by Williams. Way back it goes to the corner where Matt Van Oekel will run it down. Birmingham 1-0 winners over San Diego Loyal at home on the weekend. They're now 4-1-1 against teams out west. I think a couple more wins and you get honorary Western Conference membership.
It's been one of the really fun parts of the league this year is having all these cross-country matchups, things that have been missing from the league for the last year and a half because of the pandemic. I think everybody enjoys seeing teams that you don't see very often. It's made some great matchups, some great interconference rivalries. Certainly last weekend was one of the special ones.
Williams a bit off on that serve. Just a goal kick for Matt Van Oekel. Some of those wins for Birmingham against Western Conference teams have come against some of the best out west. Wins at Sacramento, at Phoenix, at New Mexico. We'll get a crack at San Antonio here in about a month or so as well. Van Oekel sends everybody forward. Now we'll send it deep. Dean under pressure. Comes to the corner, Enzo Martinez. Beaten to it by Dunwell.
Very well handled by Dunwell under a lot of pressure. Couldn't afford to make a mistake.
So far, good hold-up play for Matthews. Almost got it to a Henne free. Steve Matthews has given Detroit City a big target to work off of in the early part of this contest. That's what Detroit City's looking for. Maybe a little bit more jolt going forward. Especially without two of their main attacking threats who at least start tonight on the bench for the moment, one of which being Antoine Openo. Pato we expect to come off the bench at some point as well. Rodriguez couldn't get there. Bryant was there waiting for it. Wins pass cut out by Kasim. Martinez right back to him. Here comes the Ghanaian. Good work by Wynn to track back defensively. Dean goes back to the feet of his center back. Alex Cernali, Fonwell Kavita. Once again, the center back pairing for Legion FC as they have been virtually all of 2022. James trying to play that through, could not. He did win Birmingham a throw. Quickly gets play restarted to Enzo Martinez. What an acquisition Enzo Martinez has been for this Legion side. Almost 52 chances created. Let's go along with 9 goals. Martinez back to the feet of Lapa. Siadu. Dean leaves it for Kasim. Kasim on his left. Kasim through traffic, saved by Steinwasser. First big save of the night either side.
First real spell of possession that Legion have had. They kept that ball for close to a minute before creating that shot on goal.
Attack starts anew through Johnny Dean. That is cleared away by Williams. Crowded central part of the park right now as a Siadu couldn't quite corral it. Matthews gets it out the defensive half for the moment for Detroit. Like a good spell of attacking play there for Birmingham. Really their first of the night to this point.
Now, this is what we've gotten used to seeing with Birmingham Legion. They love to keep the ball, move it around, move it from side to side, and make the defensive team work hard for long stretches of time.
James over the top. Kasim off his chest. Leaves it for Martinez, whose shot is blocked.
But again, some very nice passing leading to a chance at goal. Exactly what Legion want this game to be.
Dean's back heel only finds a red shirt. And Rodriguez is clipped on his heel and brought down by Lapa. Free kick conceded. So after Detroit was applying boatloads of pressure to Birmingham early, Legion attack starting maybe to find their footing over the last few minutes. Bryant back to the feet of Steinwasser. Just made his 67th save of the year. That's good for 3rd in the league coming into play this week. Dunwell. Matthews behind Roof. Flag stays down. Roof fighting to get back in front. Van Oekel is first stop of the night.
Roof working hard to get back in a goal side position. But the first real strike at goal for Detroit City, handled pretty comfortably by Matt Van Oekel.
Van Oekel comes in to tonight, the league leader in clean sheets. He's kept 11 to this point. And the USL record of 15 is in sight. for the 35-year-old. As Martinez plays a great ball trying to find Ryan James. It's run down first by Detroit City instead. So it looks like Ryan James and Prosper Kasim, the wingers for Legion FC, have flipped here at the 19th minute.
Legion are in a little bit of a different formation so far tonight. Enzo Martinez is pushing up very high as a second forward. At least in the attack, it looks more like a 4 backs, 2 midfielders, and 4 forwards for Birmingham Legion.
Martinez has options in front of him as he pushes forward again. Dean. Still Dean, here's Ryan James. Canadian finds the Brazilian, Bruno Lapa. Kavita. Back to Asiadu, and so far the Detroit defense by and large has stayed organized. Bryant lets it go. Throw in for Detroit City. Birmingham fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and download the Legion FC app today. Apps available on both Google Play and the App Store. @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Good defensive work by Rodriguez to take it off of James. As Kavita heads away the danger. Cronali under pressure, Asiadu as well. Detroit's press causing a few early problems for Legion's back line. And Van Oekel boots it into the crowd. Like so far, Birmingham not able to build from the back as cleanly as they would like.
Well, Detroit City has pushed 4 players forward when they're defending. Clearly, they've made a choice that they're not going to let the back 4 from Legion have the ball and possess the ball and move it from side to side. It's a calculated risk. Makes it hard for Legion to possess it at the back of the team, but it will open up some gaps in the attacking side. And so can Legion take advantage of the fewer numbers behind the ball?
Bit of a knock there for Maxi Rodriguez, but he's good to go. Reese Williams gets play restarted. Detroit City have dealt with the injury bug at times here in 2022. Their depth has been tested, and Detroit at times probably would have preferred to have a little bit more depth. But Rodriguez has been the guy pulling the strings. He's had an excellent year. Part of this core that Detroit brought with them to the USL Championship this season. Good work by Kavita to shield off Dunwell. As we approach the halfway point here in the opening 45. Scoreless between Legion FC and Detroit City. A pair of playoff contenders in the Eastern Conference. Meeting for the second time this year. That's misplayed by Jake Roof, only to the 4th official. Two teams meeting on this Wednesday night, both with big games coming up on the weekend as well. Detroit hosting a Lou City side that looks very, very sharp here in the month of August. Meanwhile, Birmingham renews Southern Harm, the rivalry against their southern neighbors, Memphis 901 FC, down on Beale Street this weekend. First things first, points up for grabs tonight at Protective Stadium. Dunwell fouled from behind by Ryan James. Matthews, hold off Kavita. Rodriguez's pass picked off by Kasim. One back in short order by Rutz, who's fouled from behind by Asiadu.
Every time Legion has the ball in midfield. Detroit City are looking to make the double team and put people under pressure. So far, that tactic has been working pretty well for them. They've turned the ball over a number of times.
Close to conceding a corner was Dean. Instead, it's a throw near that flag. Wynn looking for a shooting lane. Lays it off. Lewis and find his way around Bruno Lapa, and now the attack starts for Birmingham. Marlon Santos with acres of space. Marlon Santos running at the back line. Still Marlon Santos. It goes to ground, but not with enough contact. That is good work from Detroit City, who had a center back forward and Marlon Santos charging at their back line.
Really good 1v1 defending right here. Doesn't dive in and bite. Marlon Santos just unable to keep his footing after the 60-yard sprint.
Roof and Kassim trying to win it back for Birmingham. They do win a free kick.
And we have to give our referee a little bit of credit. Detroit City felt that there could have been a penalty at one end earlier in the game, but consistency is there, a light bump, and no penalty at either end.
So far, been a relatively free-flowing first 25 minutes tonight. As Van Oekel looks for options to restart this Birmingham attack. Good work by Lewis to head that away from Marlon Santos. Here's Enzo Martinez. Martinez, lovely ball, almost got to Kassim. Instead, it goes over the end line. The first Chick-fil-A corner of the night belongs to Birmingham.
Looked like Prosper Kassim maybe thought that ball was going to skip through a little farther. Seemed a little hesitant to take the step towards the ball. Good sliding play to clear it out of danger.
Reese Williams has been a busy man so far tonight. That was his defensive intervention. Just concedes a corner in the end. Bruno Lapa with the serve to the back posts and flicked away from danger as Alex Crognale was trying to get there.
Steinwasser a little bit lucky. Looks like he came and maybe got a piece, but sure didn't get all of that cross.
Detroit's defensive job not done yet as Enzo Martinez trying to flick it back to Dean instead. Did not find the target. It's a goal kick for Detroit. Fans celebrating its 75th anniversary. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, the player's choice. Steinwasser sends it away, gets things restarted. Less than 20 minutes to go on our opening 45. Marlon looking back for the run of Enzo Martinez. Martinez almost brought it down in a crowd. Thought there was a handball. Referee says no. Maxi Rodriguez brings things back under control for Detroit. Lewis, his 6th straight start tonight since coming back from injury. Lewis flips it back to the other side for Bryant's. And space here for Detroit to operate. Tuahene runs it down. Rodriguez. The big switch to Matt Lewis again. Challenges. Able to win the challenge against Williams. Asiadu. Kasim trying to work to the run of Marlon Santos. Good job by Carroll to get a toe in.
Marlon Santos just can't quite seem to find that first step that might get him past the defender today. He worked so hard, came off the field on Saturday with cramps at the very end of the match, and he still may be feeling a little bit heavy-legged.
Dean back to Bruno Lapa. Kasim. Birmingham with the bodies forward. Tuahene trying to flick it around Alex Crognale, who went to ground to make sure that didn't happen. Now what options does Bruno Lapa have? Lapa looking over the top. What a flick! Almost found Kasim.
Great ball over the top, just inches out of the reach of Prosper Kasim. Little scoop, I'm not sure how you can get the ball up and down that quickly, but fantastic touch from Bruno Lapa.
Steinwasser up to the challenge, quick off his line. Now we're going to be forced to kick it deep by Martinez. Another throw for Detroit with a quarter hour left in this first half. Two sides have been relatively even to this point. Just 5 shots between the two sides. 3 of those belong to Birmingham. A Tuahene shot knocked down by Crognale. And Ryan James clears it away from Bryant. That was a missile off the foot of a Tuahene. Alex Crognale wore every bit of it.
That was a really important block, because you can't hit a ball any harder than he hit that one.
Just the 4th start of the year for Francis Atuahene, but he gives it up here to Ryan James. James finds the feet of Martinez. Could the break be on? Roof pushing forward from his fullback spot. Good job by Detroit City to get organized. James, lovely dummy. Santos into Martinez, the flag's up. It was excellent one-touch passing there for a moment. The offside flag raised for the first time against the Legion. That looks to be the right call.
Just a little bit of a lean from Enzo Martinez, put him behind the last defender, but that's a split-second difference between being a goal and being an offsides call.
So Steinwasser will send it deep. Fans, the USL on ESPN continues when the reigning title holders visit in-state rivals. Over on ESPN2, Orange County SC looking for a late season surge against Sacramento Republic FC. Sunday, September 18th at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, over on ESPN2. Birmingham restart play again as Johnny Dean, one of the quickest players on this side, is off and running. Dean, for the first time tonight, really getting to stretch those legs. One side to the other. Here's Jake Roof, the Alabama native. Kasim on the turn. Lapa couldn't quite connect with Ryan James. Good work by Matthews to at least get a boot on it. Boots it over the touchline. Mike, right now for Birmingham, the top of the penalty box and extended has been very crowded real estate when they've tried to attack. Detroit City has done a good job staying compact.
Detroit City has made it really difficult to connect passes in the attacking third of the field for Legion. The question is, can they maintain that for the full 90 minutes?
Jake Roof has plenty of space pushing forward. Still Roof. His pass to Enzo Martinez didn't quite come off. So far, so good on the road for Detroit City. Looking for a big road result as they approach a very tough stretch of games against some of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Already played a tough Tampa Bay Rowdies side, of course. Drew with Oakland over the weekend, but they get Birmingham tonight, Lou City this upcoming weekend. So across a 4-match stretch, Detroit playing 3 of the top teams in the East between Tampa, this Birmingham side, and Lou City. It's a Birmingham side that's been very good. Winners of 10 of their last 13, taking 31 of a possible 39 points. But so far, Detroit holding Birmingham to a stalemate 34+ minutes in.
When you're on the road, you're typically happy with a tie, but this Detroit City team has 9 ties already this year. They've got to find a way to get more than 1 point out of some of their matches.
Tuahene in space against Kavita. On his right, Kavita up to the task, blocks the shot away. That's been what Fonwell Kavita has been really all season long.
This is just really good one-on-one defending. He's isolated out wide, doesn't bite, doesn't go for the fake. And then when he sees the shot coming, just reaches out and knocks it away. Really, really top-level defending.
Kavita, the captain, came into the night leading this team in blocks. He adds another to his tally. As Williams does well to keep possession, keep that in play for Detroit. Dunwell under duress, back to the feet of Steinwasser. Birmingham pushing their press a little bit higher over the last 10 minutes of this first half. Rutz. Tuahene trying to turn, was fouled from behind by Alex Cronali. Detroit City's chance at a quick restart is going to be brought back. So another free kick for Detroit. Birmingham fans, Legion FC travels to Memphis 901 on this Saturday to take on Memphis in Beale Street. As Wynn cuts it back, a Tuahene shot blocked away by Kavita. Another important stop for the Birmingham captain. Still work to be done. Here's Maxi Rodriguez. And his pass doesn't come off. Another big stop, though, for Kavita.
It looks like he's actually feeling that block a little bit. He may have caught it out on the corner of his toe, tweaked his ankle a little bit. He's walking a little bit gingerly.
Lewis. Width again provided by Williams. Brought it down, trying to get around Roof. Good work by Jake Roof to take it off the toes of Williams. Martinez. Good hold-up play, but he lost possession. Rodriguez won it back. Williams, plenty of space. Still Reese Williams. His cross blocked again by guess who? Kavita. But it's a corner for Detroit here in the 38th minute.
Once again, it's Fonwell Kavita on the defending. Once again, the block. Detroit may have to look at a different player to try and go at, but they did get the corner, something they've been very effective on all season long.
Detroit gets something from this set piece. Win towards the back post. It's headed off frame. Oh, it was inches away from the target for Matt Lewis.
That's really the best look at goal that Detroit City has had so far tonight. Excellent ball served in. An open header at the back post. He just pushed it wide of the goal.
Matt Lewis had space but couldn't convert. Birmingham's shutout streak was in danger there for a moment. Now pushing 340 minutes consecutive for this Legion back line. Final few minutes of this opening 45. Dean ushers this out of play. Birmingham fans, Birmingham back in action this Saturday against Memphis 901 FC. Tune in to My 68 or ESPN Plus for this weekend's rivalry showdown. Then the Black and Gold return to Protective Stadium on Sunday afternoon, August 28th at 4 o'clock Central Time. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. That's Sunday, August 28th. Birmingham Legion at home against New York Red Bulls 2. Good work from Matthews. He's got Rutz in front of him. Goes for a Tuahene instead. Kavita there to cut it out. He's had a big first half. So far, the Birmingham captain living up to the armband for the first 40 minutes. Cronali forced backward to Matt Van Okel. Asiadu finds Bruno Lapa. James was making the run. Nice defensive work by Declan Wynn to cut out that danger. Hustle from Enzo Martinez. Wins possession back for Legion FC. Marlon Santos. Martinez. Dean bombing forward.
The ball just rolled away from Martinez. He couldn't get the ball to Johnny Dean, who looked like he had the advantage out on the wing.
See him out on this wing. Has an overlap from Roof if he wants it. Instead, he'll serve it. And James a bit late arriving. The foul's going to go against him.
This is a foul, but a really hard head-to-head collision. Both players had their eye on the ball.
Rodriguez was the one getting a talking to there for a moment from our referee. But it was a tough collision at the back post. Ryan James trying to get up there. We'll see if we get another look at the collision here. Yeah, James going right through the back of Michael Bryant.
Michael Bryant with excellent positioning. Wins the ball. Ryan James not wanting to give up on it. Comes through his back.
Bryant looks to be good. He'll be waved on here in just a moment. California native making his 15th start this year. He is back in the fray in short order. Good composure from Lapa and Cronali. Anderson Asiadu off and moving. Kasim. Santos making the run in behind. Patience from Birmingham here, trying to open up something against this stout Detroit City defense. Good switch from Kasim to find Dean in space. Dean. Lapa cuts it back. Tried to get it back to Dean, couldn't. Still Lapa. His shot redirects. Santos just wide.
Good pressure from Birmingham Legion. Lots of players in the box. Lots of possession. Ended up with a really good chance for Marlon Santos off of the deflection. And he just couldn't quite steer it on target.
The Brazilian Marlon has scored 3 times this year. Couldn't quite find the frame that time. Shot count even 5-5 here in this first half. Steinwasser's been called upon to make one big save so far This Legion attack tries to generate one more opportunity before this first half comes to a close. Marlin almost kept that in play. We'll see if there is one more attacking opportunity before we close out this first half. Rutz with the flick. Wynn couldn't quite keep it in play. 45th minute here at Protective Stadium tonight. Blake Gardner, Mike Getman, glad to have you with us. Whether you're watching here in Alabama on My 68 or all over the country on ESPN+. Been a pretty even first half, relatively free-flowing. Can't imagine we'll have much, if any, stoppage time to speak of. Lapa. Lovely flick over the top of the defender to find Prosper Kasim. His cross cut out. As Rodriguez tries to play the switch, Dean will run it down, and that brings the first half to a close. No stoppage time necessary, as we played 45 minutes from Birmingham tonight, and nothing so far has separated the two sides. Detroit and Birmingham go into the halftime dressing rooms tied scoreless. And we'll see what changes are made before the second 45 minutes. Plenty to get to at halftime, including interviews with Alex Cornelli and Marlon Santos. Plus, we're going to look at the USL standings coming into this week and a look at the USL Championship scoreboard on this Wednesday night as well. All that and more coming up at halftime here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion 0, Detroit City 0. More from our coverage of the USL Championship right after this.
These waves are going to be 10 to 15 feet tall, crashing.
And those that see the perfect wave.
You've got that new Wickles Pickles Bacon Burger from Jack's. Kinda sweet. Got a bit of a kick too, though, don't it? Kinda like your girlfriend. Real sweet. Till you spend all day playing golf. Jack's, all about the South. Time to stop counting sheep and start counting bacon. 6 strips of crispy, thick-cut bacon, egg, and cheese on buttery Texas toast. Don't snooze this one. The ultimate big bacon breakfast sandwich, just $4.99. Jack's, all about the South.
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC here with Marlon Santos. It's taking a little bit of time. Marlon, appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so aside from the heat, is that the heat's something you're used to, right? I'm sure in Brazil it's very similar.
Yeah, it's very similar. This time is very similar because the hot is I like it.
So your first year here in Birmingham, you've obviously had a really good year attacking, getting to know your teammates. What's the experience been like being a part of these guys, knowing guys like Jake and Bruno Lapa and all those guys?
Yeah, no, because in in Oklahoma I help more Brazilian. I help me in Portuguese, is translation English. It's now is my English. My English is I think so this better here because it's 1-2 guys helping me. My English I think so it's good. I don't know.
No, you're doing great.
Yes, thank you.
You're doing great. And obviously the club is doing really well, right, over the summer stretch. What do you have a goal in your mind over the last month or two of the season as you get ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. For more goal here, and they help me keep it for playoff.
Absolutely. Marlon Santos, obviously he's been a fan favorite in his first year in Birmingham. Appreciate the time. Looking forward to the rest of the year.
Yeah, thank you.
We continue halftime coverage here on ESPN Plus in My 68. Joined with Alex Cornelli. Had to adjust the mic a little bit for you, my guy. How you doing?
Doing well.
How's 2022 treated you so far?
It's been great. You know, a lot of ups and downs, but I think with this group we've been putting together some strong performances, and you know the group is confident. We're putting goals away, we're keeping clean sheets, and we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, let's start with the defense. Obviously, that's everything you're a big part of here this year and have been to the past few years. I think third best defense in terms of concessions in the league this year. What's been the key?
Well, I think you look at our back four, back five, back six, including you know the midfielders and Matt, of course, and it's the same guys that you've seen for the last year or two at the club, and being able to build chemistry. And you know, every time I look to my right, I feel like I see Johnny Dean. Every time I look to my left, I see Fanny. So just knowing those guys are there and having that trust and chemistry has been huge for us, and it's paying off.
You talked about the guys you've been surrounded by pretty consistently on the field. You're surrounded by those guys off the field too? You guys have some spots you go to?
Yeah, absolutely. I won't name them here so we don't get bombarded when we're out having a cold one. But no, I mean, these guys are going to be lifelong friends. You know, there's nothing like playing on a team and going through suffering together, going through the struggles together, but then also celebrating wins. And, you know, it's just one of the joys of being a pro.
And then also you've kind of supplemented, right? This club's added a few new faces at the beginning of the year as the years kind of carried on. What's that fresh blood kind of brought to the mix?
It's great. I mean, anytime you can bring in new players to a club, it adds a competition, you know, reignites the fire under some guys that maybe needs it, helps with rotation, being able to keep guys fresh. And, you know, we're in the summer now of a really long season, so being able to have depth is key. So, you know, excited to continue to build in the new players and you know, make their impact be seen on the field.
Well, it's been a successful summer. Let's hope that continues into the fall. Alex, appreciate the time, man.
Thanks.
More from our coverage of Birmingham Legion right after this.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. I'm on that routine.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship live from Birmingham, Alabama. Blake Gardner, Mike Evan, glad to have you with us. Scoreless between Detroit and Birmingham so far through 45 minutes of action. Of course, both these teams look like they are well on their way to the Eastern Conference playoffs coming up here in about a couple of months. Let's get a look at the Eastern Conference table coming into the night. And Mike, big news for Birmingham, at least last weekend after that win over San Diego, is now they would be in line to host a first-round playoff game if the season ended today.
Top four host the first round. Certainly Legion at the moment are in the right spot, but there's a real battle from 5 to second place, I think, for playoff positioning.
Detroit City, of course, occupy that 7th and final playoff spot. They've just been undone by those draws, as you said, Mike. 9 draws, that's the most in the Eastern Conference. Only Oakland and New Mexico out west have drawn more times than Le Rouge so far this year. But Birmingham just 4 points behind Tampa Bay at the moment for that 3 seed. Big week here with Detroit City tonight and at Memphis coming up on the weekend. Speaking of Memphis, they're in action on this midweek as well, taking on New Mexico United. That game set to get started from Albuquerque coming up here in just a few moments. Then coming up, a little soccer after dark out west as Orange County's at home. Sacramento Republic has been excellent at home as well this year. They take on Colorado Springs. Mike, plenty of action to look forward to out west.
Yeah, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. Lots of exciting games all around the league every day.
Of course, this weekend we talked about Detroit and Birmingham, both with big fixtures coming up against two of the top teams in the Eastern Conference in Lou City and Memphis 901 FC. Across the rest of the USL Championship, Sacramento Republic, of course, still the big story across the U.S. Soccer Pyramid as they are getting set for the Open Cup final in Orlando coming up at the first of next month. Meanwhile, Mike, for Birmingham Legion FC, Mikey Lopez getting a bit of a night off so far tonight. Might see him a little bit later, but another Team of the Week nod for him.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if we do see him in the second half, but he had a great weekend last weekend all over the field, attacking and defending against San Diego. He's a special player who's getting some honors that he's always earned.
Yeah, it was Lopez who got the start at left back for Birmingham on the weekend. Jake Roof taking his place so far tonight against Detroit City. Our first half stats brought to you by Steel City Pops. And Mike, we said it was pretty even first half throughout the bulk of that 45. Stat sheet seems to show that.
Yeah, I think both coaches are going to be happy with their defending, only giving up one shot on target at either end. I think Detroit City a little happier with the possession part. That's something that I'm confident Tommy Sohn is going to be talking to his team about.
Birmingham holding Detroit City scoreless. That's the 17th time in 25 games. This Birmingham Legion defense has held an opponent scoreless through 45 minutes. 45 down, 45 to go from Protective Stadium tonight. We'll see which side finds that go-ahead goal when we return for the second half in just a moment.
I need to try it first.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow!
Breaking in Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty!
Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to Protective Stadium, getting set for the second half here in just a moment. But first, let's get a look at our first half highlights brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And Mike, it was a good finish, or a good start, I should say, for Detroit City. An early penalty shout, and they were the team that put Birmingham under pressure early.
They certainly dictated the way the game was played the first 15 minutes or so. They made it a physical game, a defensive battle at both ends, and a couple of set pieces were really the best opportunities for both teams.
Yeah, Marlon Santos had an early look there. Prosper Kasim forced Nate Steinwasser into his only save so far tonight. On the other side of things, Detroit City continuing to push forward. That was the only save of the first half for Matt Van Oekel. Enzo Martinez, though, Prosper Kasim, Marlon Santos seemed to grow into the game a little bit more for Birmingham, though, as the half went along.
Yeah, it did feel like the last 15 or 20 minutes of this match, Legion were starting to take some control, but it ebbed and flowed back and forth. A couple of very near misses for Legion at the end of the match, or the end of the half.
Francis Atuahene had a couple of shots blocked away by Fanuel Kavita, who had an excellent first 45 minutes. Alex Cronali was fairly strong as well. Detroit City's real big opportunity here in this first half came off that set piece that you talked about earlier. As Matt Lewis just narrowly missed the frame, here it is.
Great opportunity, great service in. Somehow he headed it just wide of the post.
So both sides with a few half chances, but no goals in the back of the net yet. We'll see if that changes here in the second 45 minutes. And speaking of changes, Birmingham have made two straight away, as Juan Agadello and Mikey Lopez come on to start this second half.
Juan Agadello gives Legion that big target presence up front, someone to play a ball into who can hold it up and find his teammates. Mikey Lopez coming on at the left back for Jake Roof. Jake Roof, of course, coming back from injury, maybe not feeling 90 minutes fit. Mikey Lopez, we know, loves to get up and down the sideline. So I expect we'll see the ball heading that direction a little more often in the second half.
Second half underway from Protective Stadium. Between the black and gold of Birmingham Legion, Les Rouges, the red of Detroit City Football Club. Mikey Lopez and Juan Agadello quickly getting their first touches of this contest. See if either side or either man can provide this Birmingham attack with a bit more of a spark. Birmingham at one point went 20 minutes without registering a shot in that first 45. Good work by Cronali. Cuts out that through ball. Detroit City's been an organized defense, especially on the road this year. They've conceded just 10 goals across 11 road contests. Now, granted, they've scored just 11 as well, as Juan Agadello was fouled from behind by Bryant.
This is not a high-scoring team, but they do produce most of their goals in the second half. Legion will need to be careful. They're going to be eager to get forward and create chances, but they have to be aware that Detroit City is sitting right where they like to be. Close game, late in the game. They seem to find ways to score in those closing moments.
That's exactly what Detroit City did at home on the weekend against Oakland. Francis Atuahene found an equalizer against the Roots. Which side can find a second half goal here in Birmingham tonight? Dean can't run that one down. A throw for Detroit City. But we've opted to not make any changes at the start of the second half. 6 substitutes available tonight for Trevor James and City. That includes Antoine Opino and Pato, two guys certainly who could make an impact off the bench for Detroit if called upon. Lapa back to the feet of Mikey Lopez, coming off a Team of the Week performance against San Diego Loyal last Saturday. Lopez wanted to get forward, Bruno Lapa looking the other way. Trying to look over the top for Marlon Santos, who's relocated out to the wing. Good work by Rutz to track back and make sure Detroit maintain possession. Second half just getting underway here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion trying to keep their winning streak alive. 4 straight coming into the night after they snapped San Diego Loyal's 5-game win streak last Saturday. Good work by Bryant, back to the feet of Steinwasser. Steinwasser once again looking for Matthews. Holds it up this time against Kavita. Lopez with a rough challenge. It's going to be our first booking of the night. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. It's Mikey Lopez, just 4 minutes into his evening, is shown a yellow card caution.
Mikey Lopez did touch the ball. We'll see it on this replay. I believe he gets a touch on the ball, but the yellow card and the foul is probably for excessive force coming through, extended leg. Certainly a dangerous play, and that's what the card is for.
8th time this year Mikey Lopez has been shown yellow. Once again, Reese Williams continues to have an impact on this match. He wins the free kick for City. And Detroit City going to go ahead and get the big targets forward. See if Maxi Rodriguez can pick one out. Rodriguez, it's centered. Bruno Lapa sends it away. It was Carroll who got ahead to it. Lapa provided the clearance for the Legion. Good work by Matthews, back to the feet of the Irishman Stephen Carroll. Matthews, his first touch a bit too heavy. Dean took it off him and Tuahene wins it back. Rodriguez finds the open man, Declan Wynn. Wynn service to the back post. Williams is free. Williams shot blocked away by Lopez. The first corner of the second half belongs to Detroit City.
Good block on the shot by Mikey Lopez, but Detroit City just moving the ball quickly and simply and finding the gaps, creating certainly their best opportunity the second half.
Reese Williams continues to be the danger man. Former Columbia Lion has had quite the evening on that right flank. Another serve from Wynn. Agudelo with the flicked header. Job not done yet, but Asiadu now trying to clear it. Fights off Stephen Carroll and does send it away. Before Lapa can counter. Good defensive work by guess who? Reese Williams to make sure Detroit City brings it back under control. So Steinwasser waits for everybody to get reorganized. Here's Williams again against Kavita. Not a bad service. Dean heads it away. Seed Matthews. Rodriguez back to the other side. Matt Lewis. Trying to turn, Lopez wouldn't let him. Lapa back to the feet of Juan Agudelo, who's got a full head of steam. Here comes Juan Agudelo. Options abound. Marlon Santos, one of them. Santos able to run it down. Kasim. Chased into the corner by Bruno Lapa. Kasim, Dean. Looking for Agudelo, got ahead to it, but not much power behind it. Steinwasser makes the clean catch. Williams spinning away from Alex Cronali. Great work by Matthews. Matthews trying to get around Kavita, holds it up instead. Leaves it for Connor Rutz. Rutz. Turned back by Lopez. First time serve from Williams. Towards the back post, and a whistle and a foul is going to go against Yazid Matthews. Action at both ends there for a moment.
Good end-to-end action. The quick counter from Detroit City. Johnny Dean doing what he has done all season long, which is being in proper position and defending well at the end.
So Matthews sparks a counter on one end, Agadello on the other. Goal kick for Matt Van Okel and Birmingham Legion after it all. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN+. Marlon Santos dances towards the byline. His cross deflected partially and headed away by Carroll. Good work from Dean to get around a defender. Carroll with another diving header, ushers it over the end line. Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A, coming for Birmingham.
Juan Agadello has made an impact on this match. He's held the ball up, he's run at the defense, he's connected passes, he's allowed Legion to be much more dangerous in these first 10 minutes of the second half than throughout the first 45.
It looks like Detroit City are set to make a couple of changes here after this corner. As Kasim gets ready to serve towards Alex Cronali, just a bit too tall for him. Siadou trying to turn back towards goal. Siadou, great challenge. Reese Williams takes it off the feet to the Birmingham number 6. To Ahene, his pass finds nobody in particular. Juan Agadello might tee this one up. He does, and Steinwasser up to the task.
That ball was really well hit, skipping right in front of the goalkeeper. Steinwasser does very well to hold on to that. Absolute knuckleball hit dead center. Steinwasser up to the task.
Steinwasser a bit poor in his distribution for the moment, but Marlon Santos lost possession. Rodriguez back to the feet of Matt Lewis. His pass did not find Matthews. And it is 2 attacking changes set to come on for Detroit City. Pazzo and Antoine Opino.
Players with a lot of individual creativity. Antoine Opino, really the guy who is the instigator of most attacks for this Detroit City team. And Pato, a player who's been known to finish some of those chances.
Here's Bruno Lapa. Martinez, edge of the area. Couldn't quite get it back to Kasim. Tuahene trying to start the counter the other way. Did Dean clip him from behind? He did. Free kick given. And now Detroit City will make those changes. It'll be Opino announced first. It's the man who was just brought down. Francis Tuahene is coming off. So the Ghanaian on, off, the Frenchman on. And it's Yazid Matthews who's coming off for Pato. So Matthews back in the mix. His 2022 Detroit City debut comes to a close here in the 58th minute. Detroit City with some fresh legs in the attacking third, perhaps.
Some fresh legs as well as some attacking flair. A couple of guys who can do some things individually.
Martinez trying to play the first time ball. Instead, it was picked off. Chance for Antoine Opino to get to work. Maxi Rodriguez. Still Rodriguez. All the way through. Williams, his serve whistled across the face of goal. Dean was the man who got there first for the Birmingham defense.
Great serve across the box, whistled right in front of everybody. It was just a question of who was going to touch it first. Johnny Dean, with some disciplined defending, clears it out.
Now Dean trying to join the attack as well. Bruno Lapa. Siadu. Lapa in that half space again, leaves it for Dean. Birmingham patient in the attacking half. Juan Agazello, good first touch. Kasim, Steinwasser, another stop.
Prosper Kasim has been a little bit quiet in this match. We haven't seen him get the ball often, but that time he showed how quickly he can turn possession into danger. Really well struck, Steinwasser in good position.
Not a bad setup from Juan Agazello, who scored in back-to-back contests coming into this one. Kasim had an assist, created a couple of scoring chances for Birmingham against San Diego on Saturday. Johnny Dean up to the task defensively once more. Siadu. Good work by Maxi Rodriguez. It's just a bit behind Connor Rutz. Throw in coming here for Birmingham. This time a throw for Detroit City. Fans can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus your live matches for the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. An hour gone from Protective Stadium tonight, a half hour to go. Both sides still looking for breakthrough, and Birmingham are going to make their third change of the night right here, as Bruno Lapa is coming off, and it's Zach Arivo who is coming on.
Bruno Lapa looked a little disappointed when he saw his number on the board. I think this is a little more player rotation, knowing that you've got 3 games in an 8-day period.
So it's Arivo on here at the hour mark. Flash legs for Legion FC, who have gone to the bench 3 times here in the second half. Zach Arivo, who got the highlights from John Morrissey, USL Tactics this week for the effort that he did in defensive midfield against San Diego Loyal. The Haitian international has been excellent this year. Birmingham in the central part of the park. We'll see if he makes an impact here late. Marlon Santos on the wing. Santos tried to chop it back, was denied by Bryant. Declan Wynn. Marlon couldn't corral that either. Arivo in on the challenge, right on the touchline. Referee saying a throw for Detroit. Birmingham coaching staff were close to it, thought that should have been their throw, as the ball looked like it might have been over the touchline before Arivo got to it. Maybe a ball don't lie, as Birmingham are back on it in short order. Marlon Santos not finding a way around Connor Rutz. Good defensive work from the man in red. Pato Batello Faz taken off it by Dean. Good work by Johnny Dean. Dean bombing forward on one side, Kasim on the other flank. Prosper Kasim trying to play an early cross, but didn't hit it the way he would have wanted to.
Yeah, he's a little disappointed with himself there. Had lots of room to put that service in and somehow got it wrong and put it behind the goal.
So Nothing comes of it in the end for Legion FC. Legion fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today, both the App Store and Google Play. The Legion FC app and at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Rutz was able to bring it down, but Rodriguez couldn't corral it. Asiadu able to keep his feet after that challenge from Dunwell. Anderson Asiadu pushing forward. And not quite on the same page with Marlon Santos.
It was a 4-on-3 break. Anderson Asiadu doing the right thing, running at the defense. Tried to draw the defender to him and lay it off. Just put a little too much oomph on the pass, and it rolled right out of bounds.
Asiadu, a guy who has scored a couple of times this year. Once with the ball at his feet, once with a head. Both proved to be game winners against Hartford and Memphis. Had a chance to join the attacking fray there. Zagadello is able to keep that in play, and it redirects to Enzo Martinez. Mikey Lopez joining the attack. Kasim serve cut out by Williams. Reese Williams continues to have a superb night here at Protective Stadium. Getting it done on both ends.
He's been heavily involved throughout this match.
Aravo might have won that with his hand, and he did. Free kick for City. Detroit City will take a minute before they put it back in play. Fans, whether your club's on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of the USL Championship on ESPN+. Home to USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Welcome in, everybody that's watching us on ESPN Plus tonight. Blake Gardner, Mike Getman. Glad to have you with us live from Birmingham. So far, deadlock between Detroit and Birmingham. Could change here, though. Rutz scores! Oh, what a strike from Connor Rutz on the volley. And City have a lead here in Birmingham.
This is what Detroit City is all about. Get it wide, serve it in. But then what a finish. This is top class. We'll see this replay a couple of times, I'm sure, and then you'll see it on the highlight shows throughout the week. You don't get a better goal than this.
The third goal of the year for Connor Rutz. And what a finish it was. Detroit City in control with less than 25 minutes to go.
Perfect service just behind Connor Rutz. Somehow he gets off the ground, gets the scissor kick between the defender and the post. That is a top-class finish, and absolutely nothing that Matt Van Oekel was going to do about that one.
Detroit City breaks the scoreless streak of this Birmingham back line at 370-plus minutes. And it's Les Rouges who are in command here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion now chasing an equalizer. This starting to feel like these two teams' last matchup at Keyworth back in April. Neither side could find anything in the first 45 minutes. Detroit City with a second half goal that proved to be the difference. Martinez, top of the area. His shot takes a deflection wide. And another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming here for Legion FC.
Detroit City players all pointing fingers and talking to each other, trying to sort out what happened. Legion wasting no time getting right into the attack and trying to get this goal back.
Kasim, just a bit beyond Agadello. Dean waits for the bounce off the turf. Asiadu, another serve towards Agadello. This one headed away by Bryant. Kasim His shot is in!
Oh my
Are
goodness.
you serious? Prosper Kasim, and it's an almost instant response for Birmingham. 1-1.
1-1 and 2 top-class goals. A bicycle kick at one end and a curling, bending ball into the far upper 90 by Prosper Kasim.
After Connor Rutz showed us something special, Prosper Kasim answers in kind. This, kissing off the bar, is absolutely gorgeous from the Ghanaian, his 7th goal of the year. And Detroit City's lead doesn't last long.
Both goalkeepers left just watching, nothing that they can do. Great flair from Prosper Kasim. And the placement is absolutely perfect.
That is top notch from Prosper Kasim. 1-1, our new score. And right off the restart, Birmingham have made a change as Marlon Santos has come off and the Englishman Sadiq Balarabi has come on.
Balarabi, a speedster who loves to take people on down the wing. Marlon Santos, who looked like he was maybe just a step off the whole game, just looked a little heavy-legged after the incredible performance he had on the weekend.
Herova wore that off the face. Juan Agadello finds the goal scorer, Kasim, looking early for Balarabi. Flicked away from danger by Bryant, and a foul against Anderson Asiadu. What a difference a few minutes has made here at Protective Stadium. This game was scoreless. Both teams struggling to create quality chances. Bolts of lightning from Connor Rutz on one end and Prosper Kasim on the other. Forget voting for goal of the week. I think you have your top 2 nominees already.
We had a nice peaceful night weather-wise. The game was kind of peaceful and calm. And then 2 lightning bolts at either end have turned this game on its head.
Man down for Detroit City at the moment. Steinwasser plays it into touch. It's Declan Wynn, the New Zealand native, who spent last year on loan with OKC and Phoenix. He's been a linchpin for Trevor James in Detroit City. And hopefully he just needs to readjust his boot. Birmingham Legion have made 4 changes tonight. Detroit City have made 2. The additions of Pazzo and Opino here in the second half. Pazzo that time beaten to that ball in the air by Alex Cronali. Cronali plays it out the other side for Lopez. Lopez likes to get forward from that fullback spot. He is forward again as Aravo to switch the play to the other side. Enzo Martinez. Birmingham switch back once more. Declan Wynn back in the mix. Agadello. Can he turn for Aravo? His shot blocked away. Great turn from Dean. He got his service away. Balarabi, Kasim! His weak-footed shot just wide.
That one fell on his right foot, not what he would have preferred. But Legion have really turned up the heat. They now have 12 shots, and they are creating chance after chance.
Game that had been pretty tight and compact. The better part of the first hour has opened up over the last 10 minutes or so. Went from feeling like, was this game going to have 1 goal in it? So this feels like 2 goals. Certainly feels like it won't be the last of it.
heard someone talking before the game that this could be a 3-1 match. Both teams so strong defensively, you'd think that's not really possible, but the way it's been this second half, it just might get there.
A pair of second half goals. Agudelo tries to turn. Williams putting up quite the fight, but Agudelo with the big body wins the battle. Let's see you do. Detroit City trying to get organized. Aravo back out wide for Enzo Martinez. Birmingham patience in attack once more. Good work by Pato tracking back defensively. Took it off of the feet of Lopez. Larby trying to win it back for Birmingham. He does. And he splits defenders. Sends one to the turf. Finally has his attacking threat snuffed out for the moment. Aravo. Out the other side, Kasim. Lopez has targets awaiting in the box. Opts not to serve this time around. Aravo on the ground to the feet of Agudelo. Agudelo yanked down. Free kick given just outside the penalty area.
Juan Agudelo putting on a little bit of a show here, demonstrating how you play as a target forward. He's held everything up. His first touch has been brilliant. This time as he's getting tugged from behind, he goes down to ground and creates a free kick opportunity right at the top of the box.
Matt Lewis didn't love the call. Referee gives Agudelo the whistle just outside the area. A free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. This is right on the doorstep for Nate Steinwasser, maybe 19 yards away.
There's not much time to get this up and down over the wall, so it can be bent around or driven past.
Martinez leaves it for Dean, whose shot couldn't get through all the traffic. Kasim skies it.
Legion trying to go around the wall with a little bit of trickery. The defense held nicely.
It's Dean who got up to win that header. Throw in for Detroit City. So we're into the final quarter hour tonight. Still anybody's contest. Pato, his cross cut out by Cronali. City corner. Served by Antoine Opino. He's already got a team high 5 assists this year. Opino to the back posts. Lewis couldn't redirect it goalward. Williams taken off it by Belarbi. And it's 3-on-3 at the moment. Anderson Asiadu has Belarbi and Martinez running with him. Tries to play the early ball, and that is excellent defensive work, tracking back defensively from Detroit City. And Detroit now has an attack working the other direction. Pato dribbling at Dean. Rutz couldn't quite get through all the traffic. A free kick given, perhaps a yellow card going to be shown to Rutz for simulation.
That's exactly what it is. Some really good footwork from Rutz, trying to get between the two defenders. When it didn't work, he threw himself to the ground. Perhaps a little bit harsh from the official because there was some contact.
Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, shown to Connor Rutz as Juan Agudelo has the flag go up against him.
What was a real defensive struggle has turned into an end-to-end match. Both teams going back and forth. Both teams showing that they came to get the points and that they're not satisfied with the draw.
Steinwasser pushing everybody forward. Sidu able to corral it. Working against Brad Dunwell. Safe play made there by Lewis. Heads it away from Kasim. 1-1 our score here in Birmingham tonight. But plenty of time for that to change. Lewis sends it into touch once more. Birmingham fans, don't forget, head over to Legion FC's Twitter page at BHM Legion. Immediately following tonight's match, as Prosper Kasim is chopped down. It's another free kick conceded by Detroit City in a dangerous area. Another yellow card shown, this time to Lewis. Brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Set pieces have not been a strength of Legion throughout this season, but they're getting a lot of good looks here right around the edge of the box. And Detroit City starting to look like they're getting frustrated with the official.
Former Sporting Kansas City homegrown Lewis shown yellow. Birmingham Legion had gone almost all season without a goal off a set piece until this past Saturday. The lone goal scored against San Diego came off a corner. Found the corner of the net off the head of Juan Agudelo. Agudelo certainly a target here as Martinez only finds the waiting gloves of Steinwasser. Win. This pass chopped away by Asiadu, but one back in short order by Dunwell. Tries to play the big switch towards the other side, just a bit beyond the intended targets. Birmingham fans, head over to Birmingham Legion's Twitter page at BHM Legion immediately following the final whistle to vote on who you thought should earn man of the match honors tonight. At BHM Legion on Twitter to cast your vote on man of the match. From a Birmingham perspective, Prosper Kasim certainly seems to have the inside edge at the moment. As Dean heads that away from trouble. Good hustle by Wynn, who beats Enzo Martinez to the loose ball. Lewis back to the feet of Steinwasser. Can only send it deep. 9 minutes to go tonight plus stoppage time. Pato has Williams to his right, uses Williams. First time serve. Dean ushers it over the end line, concedes another City corner.
Again, Detroit City gets it wide, drives it into the box. Ends up with another corner kick from this, something they've been very good at all year long.
Hopino, and it's in again! Antoine Hopino with a service to Matt Lewis, and Detroit City have their lead back. Mike, right on cue, you talked about how good Detroit City has been off set pieces this year. The trend continues as City find a late goal.
Typical to form for Detroit City. They're good on set pieces. They score late in games, and they don't give you very many chances at your end. This is a terrific service, bent and driven in. And then a good header just inside the post. Nothing Matt Van Oekel was going to do to save that one.
What a moment for the 26-year-old Matt Lewis. Missed the better part of 2 months due to injury, but he's back healthy for the stretch run, and he contributes a huge goal for Detroit City on the road. The Rouge back in front in the 83rd minute. Agadello, Asiadu. Side of the boot to Kasim. His serve headed away by the goal scorer, Lewis. Donald sends it as far away as Lopez. Second time tonight, Birmingham chasing an equalizing goal. Asiadu's pass cut out by Rodriguez. Good defensive work from Maxi Rodriguez. Pato slowed down by Dean. Rodriguez towards the direction of Opino, who knew he was in an offside position.
Legion have dominated possession in this second half. They've created more chances. But Detroit City has gotten exactly what they want, which is a few set pieces and 2 goals.
Pato down the line. Crowley ushered it into touch. Thought he had won Birmingham a throw. Instead, it's a throw for Detroit City. Time right now ticking against the home side. Pato thought there was contact, should have been a foul as well. Instead, it's just a throw for Detroit City. Pato, another man, part of this core that Detroit brought up with them to the USL Championship this year. Big reason why they've been one of the most successful new entrants into the USL Championship. Morrissey, great work on backheel to talk about the success of Detroit City and their inaugural USL Championship campaign. One of the best, if not the best, new entrant into the USL Championship when you look at some of the expansion clubs and new teams that have joined the league over the last 4+ seasons. It's going to be a free kick for Birmingham as the offside flag was up, and it looks like home side are prepping one final change as they try to close out the night and find a second equalizing goal. Dean. So Martinez. Pushed backwards by Bryant. Good turn from Dean. Got his service away. Headed away by Lewis. Asiadu. Still Asiadu. Asiadu, his shot blocked by Carroll. Martinez denied by Steinwasser, but the flag was up. A frenzy for a moment, but the offside flag raised. And one final change for Legion FC tonight. As Prosper Kasim, the goal scorer, is coming off. Fresh legs coming on. It's the 17-year-old Matteo Bunbury.
Prosper Kasim getting a nice round of applause from the local fans. Matteo Bunbury comes on. Very young player, but someone who's already showed he's got talent and skills in those feet. Very good individual attacking player.
Bunbury just able to keep that in play. Good work from Dunwell, though, to keep it under duress. Opino's flick doesn't quite come off. A win for Legion FC as we enter the 88th minute tonight. Detroit City trying to close out a huge road win. Be their second win of the year against Birmingham Legion, and it would snap a 4-game Legion FC winning streak. Good hold-up play from Agadello. Aravo over the top to the other side for Lopez. Cronali. Aravo. His pass It's cut out. Work by Rutz and Rodriguez. Not allowing anything in the central part of the park for the moment. Dean hounded by Wynn. Bunbury. Bellarabi, his shot! Just wide of the mark.
Larby has made an impact since coming on. He showed his quickness. He showed his work rate. That time he whistled one just wide of the post.
30-year-old making just his third appearance as a member of Birmingham Legion. Scored on his debut against Atlanta. Played 23 minutes last time out against San Diego Loyal. Couldn't quite find the frame and trouble Nate Steinwasser that time, as Lopez is called for the foul. Detroit City can take their time getting play restarted as we enter the 90th minute. Word from down below is maybe around 3 minutes of stoppage time coming to close out the night. Siadou fouled from behind by Dunwell. A yellow card is going to be shown to Brad Dunwell, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. So the Michigan native Dunwell is booked. Birmingham's attack starts once more. Bunbury back to the feet of Dean. Defensive work by Dunwell. Fourth official does indicate 3 minutes of stoppage time, brought to you by UAB Medicine to close out the night. So Birmingham Legion with 3 minutes to find an equalizer.
Legion just need one chance. They don't need to force things. So far they've shown some patience, moving it from side to side.
Agatello right at Steinwasser. Steinwasser pushes everybody forward. Lets time continue to work for Detroit City. Detroit have been a good road team this year. 4 wins and 3 draws in 8 previous road games. They'd been stuck in a bit of a rut coming into the night, it'd be fair to say. But this would be a big-time result for Les Rouges if it held. Birmingham not done yet, though. Arivo. Bunbury for Siadou. Dean racing through defenders to the byline. Dean, Bellarabi almost got there. Bunbury, his shot blocked, and back off of Bunbury for a goal kick. Bit of commotion around the 6-yard box after the attacking opportunity. The referee's got a card out, and he's going to show it to Juan Agatello. So a yellow card shown to Juan Agatello, brought to you once again by Rubio Law Firm. After a relatively free-flowing first half, we've seen a few more bookings here in the second. We're into the third and what could be the final minute of stoppage time. Kavita concedes a throw. More More time continuing to tick off the clock. Lopez wins it back for Legion FC. Do they have time for one more attack forward? Back into the corner it goes. Referee looks at his watch, and that is full time. Detroit City come into Birmingham and snap Legion FC's win streak. It's Les Rouges who come away with all 3 points.
Slow first half. Second half with 4 yellow cards, 3 goals, and 2 of the best goals you're ever going to see. A really strong performance from both teams. While Legion are going to go home disappointed tonight, fans certainly got their money's worth in the second half.
It was Birmingham who came into the night riding a 4-match win streak. It was Detroit City who came into the night winless across their last 4. But Detroit City comes away with a 2-1 victory here at Protective Stadium tonight. We'll take a timeout and wrap up our coverage live from Birmingham in a moment.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this?
Dude, why?
How could you? It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
These waves are going to be 10 to 15 feet tall, crashing.
And those that see the perfect wave.
Welcome back to Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion FC and Detroit City FC battling it out tonight, and it's Detroit City who comes away with a massive 2-1 win. A big result for the men in red. As we get a look at our final results here in just a moment, Birmingham Legion's 4-game winning streak snapped as Detroit City pick up their 10th win of the year. It brings a 4-game winless streak for Detroit City to a close. They sweep the season series home and road for Birmingham Legion. And Mike, Birmingham the second half felt like the more dangerous side, but Detroit City made the most of a couple of big chances.
Well, some fantastic goals for Detroit City. 18 shots for Legion, 54% possession. I think in terms of the way the game was played, the Legion coaching staff would be pretty happy with that. But one moment, one great play can be the difference, and that's what happened tonight.
Beginning of the game, you talked about Antoine Opino. What a difference he's made to this Detroit City offense. He's the man that serves up the assist on that corner that led to the game winner.
It was a great service, and they've been so good on their set pieces and especially corners all year. They stay true to form tonight.
Let's get a look at the upcoming slate for Detroit City. A big match coming up this weekend at Keyworth at home against Lou City, one of the best teams in the USL Championship. Then to Charleston and back at home for Indy. Detroit City might continuing to try to shore up and solidify their playoff spot.
Detroit City has to feel like they've done enough this season to be in the playoffs, but going on the road at Legion, coming away with 3 points certainly has to give them some confidence that over the next month they've got a chance to pick up a lot more points.
Talked about it in the second half. Detroit City impressing in their USL inaugural season. Big result tonight. We'll see if they can back it up with another big result against Lou City on Saturday. Meanwhile, Birmingham cannot think about this result very long. They've got a huge trip to Memphis coming up this weekend.
Well, that's a really big match. They're chasing Memphis, looking for that home field advantage in the playoffs, and so that's going to be a big one. and then New York Red Bulls 2 be a game that I think Legion feel they can get some points out of as well.
Both teams in the midst of 3-match and 8-day stretches. We'll see after this contest tonight which side comes out fresh and ready to attack two big-time opponents coming up this weekend. Well, it was a fun night tonight. 45 minutes, we were stuck in a stalemate. In the second half, the game opened up. Detroit City scoring first, thanks to this excellent volley from Connor Rutz to open things up. Prosper Kasim answered with a banger of his own to tie things at 1. But Detroit City weren't done. On the road, the men in red pick up a 2-1 victory thanks to a game-winning goal off the head of Matt Lewis. And it's Detroit City who take all 3 points with them back to Michigan. That'll do it for our coverage of the USL Championship tonight. For Mike Getman and our entire crew here in Birmingham, Alabama, we say so long, and we'll talk to you next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.